part or the B part?
Said the A part.
The A part. So we're going to do, this is the last time through, so we're going back to the A part, and then we're going to retard at the end. So we'll do it, the A part twice as usual, just retard at the end. So let's try it. Da, ba, ba. Roll. No, sorry. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry. Roman
behind.
So that we can see what you're, so that we can see
So
the
we're
tempo
going to be
slowing
going.
down.
So we're
I
going.
don't know how you.
We're gonna do a hard stop before the retard. So we're gonna go. Adonai Elohim,
It works.
So it's on Vehishtachav. So at the end of C. Vehishtachav.
And then we go into the intro for Smaller Dummy.
Right into it.
I mean, I'll just say. Actually, maybe not. Maybe let the intro do and then say. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, Jackie?
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. That's a cool.
We usually get faster, so we when you want us to begin faster, or do you want us to make
It'll
that
be,
happen?
no, it'll be obvious.
Each
Follow
round
that window.
goes
Just
such,
follow
yeah.
it. Follow it.
Progress. Just go boom, beach out. I think we can all see it together.
I might signal, like if I'm feeling like there's energy and the kids are dancing, I might just go shh, shh.
Okay.
This is the word, right?
Okay, this,
Yeah, I know.
So we're going, no,
okay, so
they
the
might listen to
Lecha
you, they might
Dodi,
listen to you.
we're doing, is it 4 verses with Andriel's
Up the
Nidhi?
air, yeah.
And 5 verses with the Sephardic melody. Has everybody got the charts or comfortable? It's all in Imani.
And we may, and remember the last chorus of the first band. The last chorus of the first melody we do a cappella, so remember, like, when we come to that, Lecha Dodi, we go to a cappella, right?
So that's the 4th verse.
After the fourth verse, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that would be after Mikdash Melech.
No,
Because,
that's the third verse.
okay, so Hikna Arim
Now,
After the 4th verse,
Yeah.
Lecha Dodi is a cappella, so we can, so Emin can lead us off into
into the spot.
second melody.
Is someone able to do like a, a hand?
Yeah, it's easier for me to do that because I don't have an instrument.
Yeah, if you know we're coming up to that.
We have the
Well,
Michael.
But I need
Yeah.
to light up this part that was in shadow.
We respond to Michael's sign of cappella.
So I need.
I'm just gonna have to stand over here. It's too similar.
How did we come into this? Do we have any instrumental intro?
I don't,
All my notes are on this, like,
okay, it says start guitar, and then everyone instruments.
Okay, it doesn't make
So you want to start out?
Too fast. Shamor v'zachu v'timorecha, ish v'yam v'echamucha, atah echad u'shema echad, shem tiferet v'tila, lecha dodi, mikrat kala. Shabbat lechol v'lecha, yeh b'chol ha'baracha, v'rosh mikeh lesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshava tila lecha dodi, likrat kala v'leishama.
Come
תורני אימא עובד קורי נורי שיר ידרי כבוד אדוני עלי What's the last verse? Shalom Ateret Bala Gam besimcha ubetzala Toch emunei Am segula Kala, It's 2 enough. We're going to do 3.
That's good. If we need 3, we'll know.
If it feels like there's energy for 3, I'll just do this twirly.
So, does
Right.
Jackie do next? Nicolette Miney?
We're going to do Mikolat Mine. Like,
Oh, good. I brought
something that's just Jackie and
Well, it was the main focus of post.
You guys sound amazing.
it does. It sounds really good.
I've got to find out this. Here it is.
And welcome to our new instruments, Joe on bass ukulele and Beth on alto flute.
Welcome back home.
And welcome back, Howard.
And
I'm so sorry I'm late.
You're good, Howard.
You're about 6 months late, buddy.
I was in the desert, my friend. I was in the desert.
Excuses. So, Jackie, do you guys need to rehearse this?
Yeah, we
We haven't done it for a while. I mean, Jackie was really giving me the key because
no, but I was hoping to do it in the key that's written in klezmer.
yeah.
A minor.
Yeah.
I hope, but we'll
No, that's
see.
what I'm saying. But
And if you want to join in. It's,
so just for we'll do that first Psalm 92. Just cover, Ms. Moshe, and then he goes, Adonai Malach, Ehud Lavesh, Lavesh Satazar, so when you hear that, you can start there.
What key is it?
No, it's just the Mandarin on this.
What key are we doing?
We're not in any key because it's just
A
Mandarin.
minor.
Yeah.
It's an A minor. I hope.
So you want no bass?
Well, I mean, maybe a bit of bass. I mean, I don't know. Actually,
Well, that's.
because what it's nice if it comes in, if it's gentle, and then after we sing the words, it goes back to the Tikkun Leil. What's that melody called?
The anti-Nefesh melody. It's an A minor this time.
It's an A minor.
Okay, it's an A minor.
So the only other thing is this is both.
Exactly. Bust that out.
Try it.
With vengeance. For today. I just have to remember it for tonight.
So it's an A minor. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, I got
I
it.
knew it didn't sound right.
So Adonai Malaki Udabesh Because my Rabbi Adi. We're in the same key. Vishpeya Adi Ramba Madonna Yana Nai 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 Yana Nai 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 Yana Nai Nai No, look, listen, guys, listen. We do the same as we just sang, as a
I
Negro.
have
So,
music for it right here. Is it okay if Howard plays with me to kind of make it a little louder?
yeah.
Or me, since I know.
Or Judy, you know it.
I just want to make sure we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
'cause
we're gonna
it's-
follow Rabbi
It
Mark.
goes. Adi Bamba Adonai Yana Nai 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 Yana Nai 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 Yana Nai 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 Yana Nai 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 Then Yana Nai Nai And then we have more discussion than we don't tomorrow.
Is that okay? And you want, or can you sing it in Yiddish?
I'm not going to do it in Yiddish.
That's right.
Do you think I should do it in Yiddish?
Yes. So
You just come back from Kabbalat camp.
yes.
I don't have. Do you have the Yiddish words there? So let's do it like this. So I'll sing it the Hebrew and Yikol of Mayim Rabim, and then Janice will go take the lead on the Yiddish, and then we'll
Got
do
it,
it.
right, Janice?
And then rather than going into
You
this,
sing it with me, and Judy too.
but then rather than going then into that as a nigun, we should maybe go straight into the Tikkun Leil after the Yiddish, should we?
Yeah.
Shabbos, Shabbos, Yana Nine Nine Nine
Okay.
Nine.
So because there's the English lyrics too.
Yeah, but let's not.
There's English too, but
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
so beautiful.
All right, we'll do
So
it just
from,
with
from
you.
back here in the peanut gallery, Rabbi Mark started singing before he knew what key we were in. So that was weird. So if Jackie, if your job is to
You
play
need to
the,
be really loud.
you have to
I'll
strum
play-
A minor before he starts singing. Otherwise he's
So if I
in,
start like
he's
that.
in Rabbi Mark minor key. So, that was good.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so shall we go on to Vishamru? We've got just,
I think we should do
is it Shalom Aleichem?
Yishalom Aleichem.
Okay, let's do Shalom Aleichem because we know Vishamru.
So just to
I need to try and start it.
just wait, guys. Before, can we? I just want to make sure everyone, because I'm not sure if it's clear on the sheet, but so after that, what we just did, there's a Mourner's Kaddish, then we might light candles at that point, then I'll probably say a few words. Then we go into Ma'ariv. And the only things that we do in Ma'ariv are V'shamru, right? And then when we come out of the silent Amidah, we start singing Osei Shalom. As we come out of the silent Amidah. You didn't cut that off the Google sheet.
I didn't see it on the sheet.
It's on there, it's number 11.
Okay.
If it's by the chart, it's an E minor.
Yeah, it's in minor.
Okay, so.
Slow.
Now you can play number 2.
Shalom
The first time, go.
Shalom
Now pick it up.
It's usually much more clear, like boom, dum, 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 boom.
So it's-
I know you usually get it perfect. Let's try it again.
So let's
I
just
didn't
go.
quite because it wasn't quick.
Yeah.
Hey!
I don't know if we need to retard, if we could just end it on the
end it.
same melody. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
But they need to know their ending.
Yeah, well, that's what this
Do a
means.
lot of hand signals, we'll get it.
This means the last time.
That means good.
It means we're gonna end it.
Okay, listen to that last.
That is actually
What?
that is actually the symbol that's all over
Okay,
the side.
Shalom Aleichem, everybody. D minor, D minor, dog minor. Shalom Aleichem.
So friends, just we're almost gonna. We need to take a break so people can do what they need to do. But I want to just explain the end of the service because it's different to anything we've done before. We're not. We decided we're not doing like Achenu and Hatikva this time, even though we probably could, should, whatever. But we're not. But we are going into after like Aleinu and Kaddish and announcements or whatever else. We're gonna do Kiddush up. Actually, are we going to do Kiddush? No, we're going to make Kiddush outside, but we're going to sing Shalom Aleichem as our closing, and it's this Shalom Aleichem which I love, Janice loves, which we haven't done before.
Shalom Aleichem,
Malachei Shalet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Malachim, Kadosh Baruch times, so I mean, is that
But we just did, we do that 4 times.
yeah.
And then on the last time through, when we get to Seitchem, we do HaKadosh Baruch. And then
Thanks, guys. Sounds great. Let's take. Let's be back here at 5:02 and start.
I just want to say, I'm so grateful, we're so grateful that you're all here and lending your time.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
I assume we will, but he didn't want to. He never wants to.
How are we doing?
He said, my kids. Exactly. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. Are you really? Okay, good.
We're not doing that, right?
Watch your hand.
Oh, that's me colored mine.
That's good.
I don't have it.
It's right in the back. No, it's. It's more senior shoulder. That's good. Okay. All right, ukulele bass. That's cool. It is. I really like that. That's great.
It's the same thing.
Well, it's cool.
That's nice.
So I think the chords that they're doing it in is A minor on this side.
No, it's not Pico.
Ask Jackie,
String bass.
because Jackie's the one that plays.
Where do you get it?
I just gave them to Howard. Let's see. But that's the actual question. I don't know if I'm playing exactly the same.
Something, stay, just carry my guitar.
That's a nice song.
Yeah, what's going on? I've never not been able to
Oh, you gave me this, you gave me the wrong one.
Oh, no. 4 days after Michael said I didn't plan it.
When is Michael's
We have an application, I have to vet the application. It's just like a big. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Wait, we're getting 2 of the same?
No.
Oh,
But the spiritual leadership is there. It's a new thing. To attract young people and to sort of let them.
I really appreciate
She does. Yeah, no, she has her smicha from. I think a lot of times she came with her.
I did not grade.
Shulchan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's really, it's a blessing.
And now we're going to Ireland.
It's a blessing for us too to have you. You're great. You add so much.
We did it for 5 years and we stayed there for.
Except that I can't remember those adorable.
So it's gonna keep every on the postcards going and then we find my son.
You said you could go.
I knew
Don't talk about it. I know.
What'd you do?
You know, when I think about it, it's almost.
That's a hell of a trip though.
Because I can take it. And just take a train to
I have the.
and I'll be in Ireland.
Just the flight to
So that's when you take it off and you
Go
go.
sleep, it's 7 hours. That's a good sleep.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm
It's been forever since you've seen me.
No. Yellow. I like it, but we're no longer gonna be having family on the Cape.
We know, when are they leaving?
I know that when you walk down
It'll be
the
easier to
street,
get there.
Yeah, it was
there's like all the
Oh,
And then we're in the morning. That's not a gather. Little baby Robins is 3 about 6.
oh, yeah.
4 in the morning.
You have to be
and then
on an
it's
8
8
a.m. flight or whatever.
It's
Yeah, it's the 8 a.m. flight, it gets in at 2-ish.
2, the Peter Pan was 3:30, it got me there at 5.
which is funny, because that's like
It's
the next
nuts.
time.
Me over there to their house. I get to sing hello, goodbye, and that was.
I know, Mark, that's
Tired of
so
footing.
it's like, okay, where we
They were
go,
right on
but
the
then
water.
it's 2 hours to get to the Cape from Logan.
No, it's Logan's
Summit Drive.
close, really. in the
It's
past.
not that close.
Especially during rush hour. I mean,
I know.
how many people are doing rush
It's
hour?
898
Usually we
miles
go
from here.
earlier
That's okay.
before season starts. And a lot of times we're Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
And then
Yeah, I
there's no,
arrived
yeah. Oh, you-
Monday, and so it was.
Yeah,
Peter
Mondays
Pan
and
was
Mondays.
about a 2-hour
yeah,
shuttle because
it's 2
Here we
hours.
go.
and it's fun. I mean, I slept a lot.
But still, it's like, I used to go and babysit in Boston. So I'd go up for like 24 hours. I'd get on the bus, go up, walk to their house, babysit. Oh yeah, get a chicken,
Get your own unit together.
which they'd be like, yeah, because they're all sick.
May something.
I'm just now.
You'll get it.
May whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this.
Okay, now I know where it is.
Yes.
Or I won't.
It is.
Oh, I don't mind. I won't look at it. I can actually get it. If you come, you have this in the Yiddish shop.
In between.
I don't think. This is the actual song. But so I don't do it right here. I'm thinking the problem is he thinks I'm not thinking. But don't tell him. I'll get back, but I like the arrangement with the bass.
Yeah, they called and said,
I consider it
you played bass or something of that.
Well, no, I think it's
They
just
didn't
your
say, I said, yeah,
multi-instrumental.
I've got it, I can play it.
Yes.
Give it a shot.
3 hours.
Yeah.
He's not only doing.
You guys are like, what are you doing?
He
Going to
just
Egypt?
invented
Nothing.
something from one.
I'm going for a hike trip.
So next time,
But they just wanted to see how. I
you can go back in the drum section so we can hear you now. Because we're hearing the rear end is quiet.
That was
Right, so bass and drums lock me in, bass and drums are
I'm trying to play the drum.
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah, we
I'm
can't,
thinking, what do you
we don't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's done. No, next time it's fine.
But they knew you were. And Jewish.
Because that's like,
That was the one I told her. I was
Yeah.
Oh, you're going way, way back. Oh, I thought that you were in your shorts and your backpack last week. Oh.
I was younger and it was like depending on your face.
You know, it's funny.
I had that kind of face like
I had, yes.
But as the years went by, they stopped picking on me.
I think it's the missing link.
The lights, that's why we're sunglasses.
I was single too. Anytime, I think it's single. I think that was what it was. I was single, didn't like it. Because I was too old to be single. Like I didn't fit deeply more.
You're right, it sounds crazy. The whole thing sounds crazy.
Okay. No, I haven't been smoking. Now I gotta figure out which thing was it. I think I wrote down wrong page. For what? Yeah, I don't remember. I'm so, I wrote down some bad notes, I think, on my Combina. I think I got it starting out, but I can't write.
Nobody's here.
Oh, I like you.
I don't believe it. You're the only one here.
Oh,
no, there's 2 others.
Oh, excellent.
2 other Shapiros?
Yeah. Should I join?
You'd have to ask Rabbi Mark if you can join. Would you like to
So
join?
I'm gonna, because I had it written down.
Well, I can sit
You can sit behind. How about you sit behind?
Sit up there.
Micah, you two sit right next to the drums, so you can project. Right there. Yeah. Because you know most of these really well, but you didn't practice.
Do you want to
Is there anything different though?
Yeah, a couple things.
So I just been quiet for a couple days.
Exactly. Would you like to sit up here? We don't
Oh,
really
the
have
reason. Oh yeah, no, the reason.
You're good there. Then that's a good spot. You
You
guys project, which is good. You need more projection.
You can go and see the music.
Exactly.
So,
The only things that are new, you know the words. We're just doing a different tune to Shlomo.
yeah.
And oh my goodness. What?
Okay.
So now,
Want me to play for you?
Our debut.
I haven't seen Cindy Morrison put them together.
You must almost said.
They're projecting. You can sit with them or you can sit with a friend. Don't just move it.
They don't make it.
No, it's a special chair. Somebody ate half the cookies.
Already?
So that's when,
No, there were 6.
that's when you say, who stole the cookies
I
from
did not
the
eat
cookie
it.
jar? Who, me? What's you?
Micah.
Mine is so I don't know what happened.
By the way, Mike is in choir. Zalia is a great voice. So if you can just get them to come, you have more success.
It's easier for them to ask.
Micah, thanks for coming. Here you go. I saw you. Here you go.
Yay.
Sure. She has a very loud
Your voice can change.
She's got a voice like Gabrielle's.
Not really. She's like
it's
a million
very
octaves higher.
Gabrielle?
Gabrielle.
Yeah, she has a high voice.
She has a voice like Gabrielle.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, Japanese.
I don't want to special chair because then. Well, no, it's somebody wants to sit there. All right, well, I can do it if somebody. So we're.
We sing here.
What?
He started to say something to me.
I forgot what it was.
Wasn't important.
I'm gonna go fill my water bottle right now.
We're going to, you going to the Jerusalem court? Yes. No. Probably not. I'm gonna be late, so we're hosting 3 people who are with it, and we're hosting a dinner the night before. I don't know. There's 16 people coming. And we've got groups of people cooking, but I've been busy trying to organize it. The hat. It's moving though. So it's on the watching powers. I think so. But anyway, so I did send you that email with the name, and I have that. It came in the mail. Like, I have no idea what any of this is. No, it's not. Giving me the look. No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, sorry. So what was that, Judith, with Jack?
Well, she's pretty involved. She's a big fundraiser. She's big involved in the Bollywood Film Festival and all kinds of other things. She's mostly an Innovate College person. Anyway, she sent me an email forwarding information about the concert and saying, do you know about this? It's awesome. So I'm wondering what it is.
Sure. Well, yeah, I wrote you an email that was late this afternoon, but thinking about names and saying after Shabbat, we should talk about
Oh, okay, good. So that's relevant.
because I'm also, and I did Francine is you know, and if you think that I've interested, that would be good too. But I sent out a big email just to everybody to get volunteers. I copied you on it so you could see what you think.
I can't imagine them doing it. I can't imagine them not doing
So Janice, don't be alarmed if you hear too much knowledge come out, because I'm just trying to pick out notes to make sure I have it first and I can figure it out and like that. And I'll try to, I'm still trying.
Well, I mean, I just found out I got notes to kind of. Actually, that punctuation.
Right, no,
And that allows you to pick up knowledge and not have to.
Where's Mark here? He got one. Yeah. You found one? Maybe I'm wrong.
what's this?
Oh, I got
What's
it.
this one?
It says Rabbi Mark. I think he did bring that.
So, wait, I don't think we need this.
I think not.
It's covered.
What I need on that music sheet that was
People find removed around. I don't think I did it. I know I didn't. I definitely. I don't think I did it. I added that and the chord.
I'm just writing it
Yes, but I'm going to answer
So for future.
Ready, Joe? Joe, you ready?
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. A lot of new faces here. I'm Rabbi Mark. This is lots of musicians. And we're delighted to bring you some musical Kabbalat Shabbat. It's not a concert. It's a prayer service where we're all kind of in it together. And in that mode, I just invite everybody to just ground a little bit, take a few deep breaths perhaps, just letting go of anything that needs to be let go of from this week. Very, very hard week, another very hard week. It seems like every week is a hard week. And we let go what we can let go of, and we breathe in the sanctity and the beauty of Shabbat, at the end of this beautiful day, of the power of music and prayer and community. And as we breathe in, our rabbis tell us that every Shabbat we receive an neshama yetera, an additional soul. So we can breathe in and just imagine our whole spirit just expanding and taking in another entity that has the possibility of transcending. So with that, we're going to sing Yedid Nefesh on page 10. And Yedid Nefesh is connected to that idea of an additional soul. Yedid Nefesh, the lover of my soul.
Yeah.
Kabbalat Shabbat literally means receiving Shabbat. And the ancient way in which we do that is a series of 6 psalms that each reflect a day of the week and a day of creation. And so some people have the practice as we go through the 6 psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat of just reflecting on each of the days where I was this week. We're going to sing some of the psalms together out loud, and some we're just going to leave space for people just to either read the traditional psalms on your own, or you might want to just close your eyes and just reflect on this week and let go all that needs to be let go of, and hold on tightly to all of those things that nourished us and gave us joy and connection this last week. And well, you might want to read some of the poetry and commentary in this prayer book. But we are going to begin our journey through the days of the week with Psalm 95, which is on page 11. Take a few moments with some professional noodling, and we invite everybody just to be for a few minutes on your own journey, and we'll meet up again in a little while. Odi Adonai Yeshuato B'Yatzikato. And we join back together on the bottom of page 20. Romemu, exult, exult, exult. Last of our 6 Kabbalat Shabbat Psalms, representing Yom Shishi, Friday. We rise as we're able to, page 21. La donna che Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Is anybody feeling ready to greet the Shabbat bride? Let's do it. Let's bring her on in with Lechado D on page 23.
Adonai,
Yasi Salai Elohai Kimshas Patana So friends, Shabbat Shalom. Anybody who feels like they want to light a Shabbat candle, there's a lot of candles over there in a sand tray. Just inviting people who would like to light a Shabbat candle. Continuing on page 27. Is Moshe Liyom HaShabbat Adonai Lazamelech. כתמה יפלקת באבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפליחו אוהוד ינובם בסבב השני בנים יהיו להגיע כי ישע אדוני צורי ולא עוולת בו אדוני מלאך תחנה בקודש אדוני ויורך ימים. We come now to our first mourner's Kaddish. Just inviting anybody who is observing a yard site or in the year of mourning to invite you to rise and comforted and joined by the community. And this Shabbat today was the yard site of Yocheved Landsman's father, Elliot Landsman, and of Lisa Bain's grandfather, Papa Eddie Goran. This Shabbat, Rhonda Howard Romano is remembering her uncle David Rosen, and Robert Weiner is remembering his father David Weiner, and Lois Linsky is remembering her cousin Jeff Riskin, and Stephanie is, and all of the Weiners remembering their father and grandfather. Coming up in the week, Mark Birnbach is remembering his mother Minnie Birnbach. Jan Sturgeon is remembering her father David Kivan. Judith Lenberger is remembering her father Samuel Reiner. Janosch Englander is remembering both of his parents, his father Tibor Englander and his mother. And Larry Ansel is remembering his mother Lois Beth Ansel. Randy Fox is remembering Elaine Fox. David Schwartz is remembering his aunt Ruth Breimer Seltzer-Glavinsky, and many of us here remembering, as her yard site comes on Friday, Irene Rosenstein, a beloved member of our community, a Holocaust survivor whose yard site is this Friday. We say Zichronam Libracha. Any other names people want to include in? Yeah, I was going to do a separate thing about them, but fine. We are also, of course, mourning and remembering with great shock Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lashinsky, who were brutally shot and killed outside the Capital Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. And we say Zichronam Livracha. May their memories, along with all of the memories of those that we remember, be for a blessing. We rise as we wish to for Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Amen. Ve'alma tivrach ilutei v'yamnit malchutei. V'yachon v'yamechon v'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael. V'gala v'zman karim v'yamnit. Yeshua Rabban v'olam Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitumam v'yitnaseh. Yitada v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei v'kudashah. Leila, Mikol Birchata, Shivata, Vishpachata, V'nechemata, Damiram Ba'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Say Shalom V'Mama, Uya Say Shalom, Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael, Amen. Sometimes it's really hard to make the transition from a week into Shabbat. And sometimes it's easy, but it's always necessary. I feel so grateful. Every week I feel grateful for the gift of Shabbat, of being able to just transition into a different space, a different time, a different feeling. And there's a real mystery to 7. The parsha, the double parsha that we're going to be reading tomorrow, Bahar B'chukotai, begins with really this mysterious way in which 6 years you work your field, and on the 7th day you let it rest. 6 days you work, and on the 7th day you rest. And in the Shemitah, in the cycle of agricultural cycle of working land for 6 years and then letting it rest, it actually says Shabbat la'aretz. It should be a Shabbat for the land. We all need Shabbat, right? We all need Shabbat. People need Shabbat. Maybe animals need Shabbat. The earth needs Shabbat. The world needs Shabbat. Sometimes I think if the whole world kept Shabbat, it could be so different, couldn't it? If everybody in the world right now was just going, Shabbat Shalom, it'd be so different. All of the crazy amount of hatred and violence that we see in our world, day after day, and week after week, and month after month, and just the way it impacts us, and the way we get so addicted to news and all the things that just take us out. I often say to people, and some of you have probably heard me say this multiple times, but whether you consider yourself Shomer Shabbat, like traditionally observant of Shabbat, or not, there is something about 25 hours with no screen, 25 hours of just saying, before we light candles, just powering off the devices and just saying, the world is going to still be there with all of its wounds and pain and anguish. The world is still going to be there. But like me, I can just let go. I can just trust that whatever my role is in this world, whatever I'm supposed to be doing to help heal this world, it can wait for 24 hours as I take care of myself and I really breathe into a different type of consciousness. So it's a beautiful gift. And so many organizations and individuals and people wrote their responses to the horrible incident that happened on Wednesday night in Washington, D.C. And we're shocked, and maybe we're not shocked because maybe it was inevitable, but everyone has a different reaction to it. But many of us feel that the most important way that we can deal with this horror is to stand up and be proud of our heritage, proud to be Jewish, or proud to be a friend of Jews, or proud to just live in a very rich, sacred calendar that gives us a sense of meaning and connection to community. And, you know, as much as some of us might feel like mourning, there's something really powerful about preserving the memories of those who've been lost in brutal ways like this. Just saying, you know what, we are carrying on. It's Shabbat. We're going to sing, we're going to pray, we're going to be together in community. We're going to say, Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live. We're going to just celebrate the cycles of our life. Right now, I don't have any answers or solutions, you know. The second parsha that we're going to read tomorrow is called Bechukotai. And it starts with this verse that says, Im Bechukotai telechu, but mitzvotai tishmoru. If you walk in the ways of my statutes, says God, and if you really keep my mitzvot, then all of these amazing, beautiful things will happen. But if you don't, terrible things will happen. It's a very, very, very hard parsha, this kind of this paradigm that there's somehow going to be, if we listen and do the right things, good things will happen, and if we don't, they won't. And it's like most of us don't connect to that kind of thinking about the world. But there's a very, very, very powerful Hasidic teaching by the Meah Shiloach, the Ishbitzer Rebbe, who says that the first word of the parsha is im, which means if. If you do this, if. That tiny little word, it's a two-letter word in Hebrew and it's a two-letter word in English. And he says, im lashon safek hu, ki mi yodea. Mi yodea. He says, if expresses the language of doubt, because who can really know? Who can really know if we are walking in God's ways, if we are fulfilling God's will? We can walk as if we are, but we can't really know. We can just do our best and show up in the best way that we can and be the best people that we can and celebrate our sacred tradition in the way that we can. But ultimately, we have to have the humility to know we don't know. The humility to know that we don't know. It's hard sometimes because we get so caught up in paradigms of this is the truth, no, this is the truth, no, this is the truth. And there are a lot of truths out there. And it's painful when we are in a situation where our truth is so different to someone else's truth. But to have the humility to say, this is what I believe, but ultimately I don't know. It's hard. But it's also part of Shabbat and the Shemitah because it's all about trust. Just trusting that it's going to, me resting for 25 hours, me not looking at the news for 25 hours, me not being engaged in the world of commerce for 25 hours, that somehow it's going to be okay. So let's take a deep breath. A lot of feelings, a lot of different feelings, a lot of different emotions this week, and they're all real, they're all valid, they're all here, and we can just embrace them, and we can embrace the fact that the person sitting next to me may be feeling something very different to what I'm feeling, and that's part of being in community too. And the power of Shabbat is when sacred time and sacred space and sacred community all come together. So, Shabbat Shalom. And Mazel Tov to anybody who's graduating. Oren and Eris graduated today. Mazel Tov. They graduated from preschool. Another kindergarten graduate. Yeah, Mazel Tov. You graduated too. Yay. Any other graduating people? Anyone?
Yeah, Joe back there graduated from 5th grade.
From 5th grade, yay! Hazel, did you graduate?
5th grade.
Yay, 5th grade. Anyone graduate from college? Yeah, the college graduates are out. We're going to be honouring our graduates, high school graduates and university graduates here in a couple of weeks on Shabbat. and we're going to do a fairly quick Ma'ariv, our evening service, and I just want to say I hope people are staying for our potluck dinner together, and we have a beautiful big brother and sister having their bar and bat mitzvah here tomorrow. So if you brought anything with you to share, that's wonderful, but please don't leave any of your pots and pans and containers, because we need to clear the space so we can celebrate a double bar mitzvah to tomorrow. So we're going to continue with Ma'ariv, starting with the Baruch Hu, on page 39, and we rise as we are able to. La la Adonai HaMevorach Yalalai Lailai Le'olam Va'ed Ay 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 Yalalai Lailai Yalalai Umavi yom, umavi laila, umavi ben yom, umavi laila. Adonai tzivot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu l'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'avi. Feel free to sit if you'd like. We're on page 40. Havat olam. Havat olam beit Yisrael am chavta, Torah mitzvot ukim u'mishpatim. הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, בהם נגע יומם ולילה, בבטח אל תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל. Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך שאנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננת לבניך ודיברתך בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ושארת להיות על ידיך והיו לטובות בעיניך עמוזו ביתך ובישרך Adonai Elohim Emet. Page 44. מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל הכנו שירה הרבה ואמרו כולם מי אהבה עליהם אדוני מי אהבה שטח הקודש נועציון עוד ספר מלכותך רובנך בו קיים לפני משה זה אלינו ואמרו אדוני לא לעולם ולמה יפדה אדוני את יעקב לא מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל חשקיבנו on page 45 prayer that asks for protection from all the scary things in the world ושמוץ עתנו בואנו וחיינו שלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני בורא סוכת שלום עלינו כל עמו ישראל ועד ירושלים. We rise from the Shabbat on page 46. ויקדש שמי רבי ועמד יברח ירוצי וימלך מלכותי וחי יום ויום וחיי לבוא בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר יתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה לילה כל ברכתה ושירתה תושחתה ונקמתה תאירה ויברוך Silent Amida for Erev Shabbat is on page 47. Yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Shalom b'Roma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. We're almost done. We're going to do Kaddish Shalem, which is on page 54. Yigra v'kadash shemei rabah, yamad yivrakutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chai yechon v'yamechon v'chad Beit Yisrael, v'galav izman kari v'imru amen, shemei rabah mevorach, ve'olam olam me'amayah, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרום ויתעשה ויתעדה ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תושבחת ונחמתה תמירם בעמה ואמרו אמן יקבל צלטון ובאותו הון דכל ישראל קדם ובהון דבשמיא אמרו אמן יהי שלום הרב מן שמיא וחיים עלינו כל ישראל אמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו כל ישראל Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Great to have everybody here. There's a lot of people here I don't know, and I imagine that each of you are able to see people that you don't know. So just for a moment, I'd love everybody to just get to say Shabbat Shalom to someone you don't know, introduce yourself, share maybe something beautiful that happened this week, and then we'll. Shabbat shalom! I love it. Everybody, I hope met at least two people that you don't know, or maybe got to know someone you already knew a little bit deeper. But welcome to any of you who are here visiting us. There's a lot of guests here tonight, so sometimes we do welcome everybody. But how many people are here for the very first time tonight? Okay, so maybe let's just introduce yourselves to us, please.
I'm Stacy Brodsky from New York!
Our condolences.
It's a big state, come on. It's a big state.
All right. And you guys?
Not after that.
Yeah.
Hi, Wayne. My name's Jan Lubar. I've lived here with my wonderful wife, Susie, for longer than I care to admit. But this is the first time I've been at this.
Welcome.
And I have to thank Wayne for that.
All right, Wayne.
Shabbat shalom. Please.
So, I'm going to confess that this is not my first time. It's my second time. But it is my first time as a new Boulderite because my husband and I just moved here. My name is Reva, and my husband is Solomon, and we're so excited to be here.
Welcome. Welcome. Yeah.
My last name is Peterson. I graduated from kindergarten.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
My name is Olivia, and I'm in town visiting my friend Caroline. I'm visiting from Birmingham, Alabama, but I'm originally from New York. And I'm so
Welcome.
My name is Shelley Falk, and I'm Jonathan's sister. And I live in Denver, and it's my first time here, and it's just lovely.
Welcome.
And I made a new friend.
You've been here before. Yeah. Anyone else? First timers? Yeah. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Rena Greenberg. This is my husband Barry, and I'm from New York, Barry.
New York's in the house.
We lived in Key in Florida for 35 years, and I moved here 2.5 weeks ago.
Oh wow. Anyone else? Anybody else? Do I don't think I know those guys. Well, I want to just. It's not is it your first time? You can pretend it is.
It might be my first Friday night, but I'm Judith Dack. I live in town, and I go way back with your rabbi and with your new leader, Janice, and many of you I know. It's a pleasure to be here. I love your musical Shabbat. So much fun today.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Well, I just want to take a moment to thank these amazing musicians. We have no budget for music, right? So they're all volunteering their time. I want to especially thank Janice, who has stepped up in a beautiful way to help coordinate. And I want to just acknowledge some of the new instruments that we had today. We had Joe on bass ukulele. Who knew there was a bass ukulele, right? You want to strum a few chords to show us how it sounds? Yeah, right. And Beth is playing an alto flute today. So I want to thank also first time Howard's been with us for a while on the clarinet. So thank you. So we got so we have Peter and Jackie and Howard and Judy and Beth and Steve and Janice and Edmund and Hannah and Jonathan. Jonathan, first time singing with us tonight. And Joe and Igor and our percussion at the back there, Wayne and Matt and Bonnie. Thank you all so much for being with us and playing. And we're going to finish up our service with the Vahashevota, which is our alternative version of the Aleinu. And we rise as we're comfortable to do so. Right after Vahashivot and another morning's Kaddish, we're going to sing Shalom Aleichem and welcome in the special Shabbat angels, and then everyone's invited outside. We'll make Kiddush and Motzi outside and join together for a potluck dinner. So if you want to see this, if you want to follow along, Vahashivot is on page 56. 2 lines from the bottom, 3 words in, and it's a call and response. Ready? Adonai, Ki Adonai, Hu Elohim, Hu Elohim, V'ne'ema, Te'aya Adonai, V'ne'ema, Kohanim, Vayom Ha'u, Vayom Ha'u, And a final Morning's Kaddish on page 58, as we remember all of those who have gone, and again we are honouring the memories of Sarah Milgram and Yaron Leshinsky, who were due to be engaged in Jerusalem next week and were brutally shot in Washington DC. May their memories be a blessing, and we're thinking of all those among us who are in a year of mourning, all of those who are observing yard sites, remembering Elliot Landsman, Papa Eddie Goran, David Rosen, David Weiner, Jeff Riskin, Minnie Birnbach, David Pivan, Samuel Reiner, Tibor Englander, Lois Beth Ansel, Elaine Fox, Ruth Brymer Seltzer, Glavinsky, and Irene Rosenshine. And we say Zichronam Lebracha, and their memories be a blessing. And of course we're thinking of Alan as Judy plays flute with us tonight. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma, Divrach, V'itei, V'yamich Malchutei, V'chayachon, V'yomechon, V'chayei, T'chol Beit Yisrael, V'agala, V'izman Karib, V'yimru, Amen. Yiparach, V'yishtabach, V'yipa'ar, V'yitomam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitada, V'yitalei, V'yitalal, Shemei Kusha, V'eila, V'yinkol Birchata, V'shirata, V'shpachata, V'nechemata, Lamiram, V'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, Chaim Aleinu, Chol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Say Shalom, V'imru, V'yaseh Shalom. Leinu, Chol Yisrael, Chol Shvetim, V'imru. And now we will welcome some Shabbat angels to come and hang out with us for Shabbat, bringing them deeply in and also sending them out into the world to the people and the places who need the presence of angels in their lives. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.